Welcome back to my convention comprehension bottle episode. In part 1, I talked about everything you needed to do to prepare for a convention, so if you'd like to know that, please go watch the previous episode. There will be a link in the description. It is also worth noting that I have never been to a large furry convention. Like, the biggest con I've ever been to is Furdo, and all the Americans that come over, they keep calling Furdo a small con. So I apologize if anything here isn't relevant for the bigger cons or only happens at small cons. But now it's time for the convention itself. Oh, it's so exciting when you finally get there. So many things to do. Where do you start? What even is there? Now, what events actually happen at a convention will vary a lot from convention to convention. So like small cons will have like a couple of panels and maybe a couple little external events. Big cons will have panels all the time. There will be special artist stuff, there will be photo shoots, there will be stuff out the wazoo. So if you want to know exactly what's happening, go to the convention's website and hopefully they will have their convention schedule released. If not, then check back a bit closer to the convention date. But conventions still have like a basic kind of structure, so I will go into each thing one by one. First of all, you have panels. Panels are quite nice and can be lots of fun. Basically what you do is you go in a room, you sit in an audience and you listen to a bunch of people on the stage talk about something. So yep, cons will have panels and stuff. Some aren't very popular. What even is this? It can be about absolutely anything, both furry and non-furry, and it can be absolutely anyone, so they can be really cool to check out. Like usually whoever the guest of honor is at a convention, they will do a panel of some kind, so it's the best way to go and like see the guest of honor in person. Because yeah, that's another thing conventions do. They'll usually invite a couple of people who are like very famous within the community, so like a really famous fursuiter, a really famous artist, just someone very big and very highly regarded in the fandom, and invite them to the con to do a couple of things for the con, and then it also makes more people come to the con because they really want to meet this famous person. Panels can be interactive as well. Like at Furdo, they do a Friday Night Furry where they'll invite some people up the front and do like a game show kind of thing, and there'll be all kinds of like audience interactive kind of games, and it's lots of fun, so panels are really good. And then you have games. Using Furdo as an example again, Furdo likes to hold tournaments, so like they'll hold a Smash Brothers tournament, they sometimes have a poker tournament, or just a room with games to play, really. They usually have some tables and stuff out the front with board games and card games and all other kinds of interactive things for you to do. Conventions also will usually host a fursuit game. Fursuit games are lots of fun because there are lots of games and things that aren't intended for fursuits and will yield some hilarious results. Like a fursuit twister is always interesting. Then we have organized outings. Now, I don't know if bigger cons do this very much. I know the small ones definitely do. But what they'll do is they'll get you to meet at a certain place at a certain time, and then you'll all go outside somewhere to do something. Like laser tag, bowling, game arcade, just a dinner. Like, it's a really, really good thing to do if you want to meet some new friends. Sometimes they allow fursuits, sometimes they don't, so make sure you go check before you decide to bring your suit. There is also a fursuit walk or a fursuit parade. On a fursuit walk, what will happen is all the fursuiters will meet up at the one place, and then we'll all go together on this massive big walk outside the convention space, and then like stop at a park or something for some photos or just to muck around for a bit. Time to ruin everyone's nice day at the beach. Just when you thought it was a good day. Furries! If you're a fursuiter, it's a very good idea to go because that's usually where they do their group photo shoot for the con, so you want to be able to be in that. Even if you're a non-suitor, it's still really good to go to because you can come along, come on the walk, and then it's really good for photography. It is the best photography opportunity at the con. And if they don't have a walk, they'll usually have a fursuit parade, which is really good for suitors and non-suitors alike. So again, all the fursuiters will meet up in the one spot and then all go on a big long walk together. But this time it is a dedicated parade rather than just a walk for the suitors. So that means that everyone else is going to be lined up along the walkway, waiting for all these suitors to come by. Like, we're all parading specifically for you to come sit and watch and look at all these amazing works of art. If you're in the market for a fursuit, it's a really good idea to go and watch the fursuit parade because you'll be able to see how each suit moves and just how they look in person and just how vibrant they are. Like, suits can be very different from photos than they are in real life, so it's a very good idea to go and watch. And then we have dancers. That's probably one of the most largest and most staple things you'll be able to find at a convention. Sometimes it's one night, sometimes it's every night, but at some point there'll be like a really cool rave-like dance party that you can just go and enjoy whenever you want. It usually features a DJ that's in the furry community as well, so even if you're not going to dance, you can still just like sit there and just listen to their really cool sets. Always heaps and heaps of fun, and one of the best fur-sitting opportunities, although one of the shortest because you are going to die dancing in a fursuit. And then you've got dance competitions. To what extent depends on the con, but your standard is a just fursuit dance competition. So it's exactly what it sounds like. It's people dancing in a competition. Like go sit, go watch all these amazing dancers and look at them and how crazy they are at doing full-on dances in giant fluffy costumes. How do you do that? If you want to enter a fursuit dance competition, make sure you check with the fursuit website or their Facebook page beforehand because they will show you the steps on how to enter. Another popular dance thing is called floor wars, where two people or two teams of two people will do like an improvised dance-off round robin tournament kind of thing. It's really cool to watch. Sometimes it's in fursuits, sometimes it's without fursuits. Either way, dance competitions are super entertaining and an amazing display of people's skills that I highly recommend going and seeing live. And then last but not least, but sometimes the entire reason for going to a furry convention is the dealer's den. I don't know if it goes by any names. I think another one is Artist Alley. If you know any other names for it, please leave it in the comments for me below, but I know it as a dealer's den. What it is a large room filled with tables where artists and merchants from the community have set up to sell things. It is super exciting because any big name artists that are at the convention will usually have a table there and you can go and meet them and get like a commission from them, and it's just, hello senpai. You can buy things like sketches, full-on commissions, collars, tails, prints, plushies, keychains, badges, stickers, shirts, and even full-on fursuits. Most dealers will also only take cash, so make sure you have lots of in-hand cash ready. If you'd like to actually be one of these artists in a dealer's den, again, check the convention's website or Facebook page on how to do that. Keep in mind, it will also usually cost extra on top of your normal registration, and spots can be very limited, especially if it is a big convention. And that is the basic skeleton of a furry convention. But one more thing I do need to mention. If you are a fursuiter, you would like to know the existence of the Headless Lounge. Alright, so this is the Headless Lounge. Normally you can't film in here because, you know, no one wants to see their sweaty selves turn up on YouTube, but I'm the only one in here at the moment, so I can do this. So this is where you go if you're a fursuiter and, like, you know, you need to take your head off, you need to have a break, but you don't want to go all the way back up to your room, so you come in here to chill with all these really good fans, and we just die in front of those for a bit. And this is really cool. I don't know how many other cons do these, but it's like totem pole of heads. And so yeah, it's super cool. Headless Lounge is where you want to go if you're a fursuiter at a con. Make sure you know where it is. Every convention should have a Headless Lounge. If it's a furry convention without a Headless Lounge, that's probably not a very good furry convention. But yes, Headless Lounges are for fursuiters and fursuit handlers only. You're not going to have to deal with any of the general public in this special lounge, just for you. Please keep in mind though, don't leave your fursuit stuff in the Headless Lounge. I notice a lot of people like to get changed in the Headless Lounge and leave their suits in there. Don't do that unless you've got permission from the con. Please don't do that because it clutters up a lot of the space and stuff's going to get stolen. So much stuff gets stolen out of Headless Lounges. The Headless Lounge should be open for as long as the convention is, and if you're going to be doing a lot of dancing or just a lot of suiting in general, you are going to want to know the express route to the Headless Lounge. And that is it for stuff that is actually organized by the convention, but it doesn't stop there. not all the fun is actually had at the convention itself. Since, you know, it's a convention and lots of people are going to be there, you're going to have a lot of friends and lots of friends to go and do all kinds of random fun stuff with. But of course, we cannot forget my favorite thing, room parties. What actually happens at a room party depends on the kinds of people there, but you can have all kinds of things from, like, you know, board games, card games, video games, drunken, stupid fun, gossip sessions, just hanging out with a bunch of your friends and you're all doing the things that you just love to do. But please, 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 please behave yourselves. You have to remember that it's not entirely furries at the hotel. Like, there's a lot of normal people staying there and sometimes even living there. So you need to respect them and just don't be too noisy, alright? Please behave yourselves. Speaking of behaving, please just behave in general. Like, there's always that one group of furries that has to ruin it for the rest of us, so please don't be part of that group. Don't do anything that could potentially damage the hotel or another person's. Like this past photo, someone put bubble bath in the outdoor spa, and while drunk, that might sound like the best idea ever, but it is actually horrible. Like, destroys spas. Like, it completely throws off the chemical balance. It will destroy motors. Like, it's not a good idea. Not great rep for the convention. Like, conventions have died because of this, because, you know, hotels talk to each other. If you misbehave at a hotel and then a hotel doesn't want to host you anymore, that hotel is going to warn the other hotels, and then when you're trying to find a new hotel for your convention, you're not going to be able to find anywhere because all the other hotels are like, oh, I saw what you did at that other hotel, we don't want you. So please, 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 behave yourselves at conventions, alright? We get enough bad rap as it is, so please behave yourselves and make sure everyone else is behaving themselves as well. Look out for your other furries. And that is it. So go to cons, enjoy yourself, and then you're gonna deal with the post-con depression that comes afterwards. Well, hey, then it's time to get excited for next year. So yeah, I hope that gives you a basic idea of conventions. Remember again, it varies a lot from con to con, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But I hope you get to go to some conventions and have a great time. Maybe I'll see you at one. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!